Welcome to my full ship tour of Costa Pacifica, one of the Concordia-class cruise ships owned by Costa Cruises. She was launched in 2009, and her sister ships are Costa Serena, Costa Fabulosa, Costa Fascinosa, and Costa Concordia. This cruise ship has a really strong theme of music, and you'll see that coming up as we go through our tour today. In this video, I'm taking you on a full ship tour covering every single public venue on board. If you enjoy this tour today, then please do click that thumbs up button and also click subscribe to help my channel to grow and help me to reach more people. Now let's begin our tour today. In Costa Pacifica's main atrium, you'll find this space down on deck number 3 of the ship, but it goes all the way up to the very top. So for that reason, throughout our tour today, this space will reappear. The atrium features a large dance floor with a small stage, lots of seating, a bar, and some of the key guest facilities. You can see here the theme of music is already prominent. Reception is also in this space alongside the My Tours desk, so if you're looking to speak to any of the team about something on the ship or one of the excursions off the ship, then this is where you can come to do that. You can make a booking for any shore excursions outside of the manned operating hours of the My Tours desk using the tablet computers, which you can find opposite the desk itself. Moving all the way to the very front of the ship, on deck number 3, you'll find the main theatre. The theatre venue on board Costa Pacifica spans across decks 3, 4 and 5, and there is so much seating in here. I wasn't expecting a theatre venue of this scale on this cruise ship. I was really impressed. One element that I really appreciated in this venue was the little thoughtful touch of everybody here having somewhere to rest their drink during the show. On the upper level, most of the chairs had a little drinks table in between part of the armrest, and most downstairs had their own table directly in front or beside the seats. A really big thumbs up. Leaving the front of the ship behind and now going back to the other side of the main atrium, we are now in our first speciality dining venue of our tour today. This is Archipelago, and it is a really intimate venue that's been designed in collaboration between Costa Cruises and 3 famous chefs. Here, you can expect a very upscale dining experience, and it's far more exclusive than the main dining room, which I'll be taking you into next. Around this venue, you'll see natural driftwood, which has been washed ashore and then salvaged thanks to the work completed by the Costa Cruises Foundation. Now let's leave behind Archipelago and let's move to our first included dining option of our tour. This is My Way Restaurant. In other words, this is the main dining room on board Costa Pacifica. You can see here that it is a huge space with a very high cover count. There are 2 floors of this restaurant, the main level on deck 3 and the mezzanine that wraps around on deck number 4. One of the things that I really like about My Way Restaurant is that so many of the tables have a great view. Whether you are a people watcher and you'd like to sit around this glass mezzanine looking down, or if you'd rather sit and have dinner while looking out to sea, then why not try and sit at one of these tables for your meal? We're now leaving the restaurant behind, and let's now look at a very different venue. We've moved up one deck, which means that we're on deck number 4 of the ship, and here is the onboard disco. This place, every single night of my cruise, was absolutely alive. Costa Cruises do operate with a really healthy amount of nightlife on board. From the main atrium parties to the late night discos, there's always something going on. There's another entrance to this disco up on deck number 5 at the top of that spiral staircase. That door takes you directly into the casino, so you can access this space from a number of different venues. Just next door is an incredibly different venue. Here's Costa Pacifica's onboard chapel. This is something that you don't see on too many cruise ships, but you will find chapels on most of the Costa Cruises fleet. If you would like to use this facility, you'll find it open 24 hours a day, all through your cruise. Right outside is where you'll find the library, so if you would like to come and check out any books during your cruise, then you can do that right here. Deck 4 is also home to various meeting and conference facilities. Here's one of the rooms here, which you can see set up with an aisle in the middle and also at the far end with a boardroom table. So if you are looking to use meeting and conference facilities for a work purpose, then this gives you an idea of what that might look like. Pushing forward, the next venue is My Photo Shades. This is where you can come to have your professional photo shoot taken, and directly across the hall, you'll find the My Moments photo store. If you use the onboard photography team to take your photo throughout the cruise, then this is where you can come to view it and also to purchase it to take home with you. You'll find both of these photo venues looking down into the main atrium where we started today's tour. Before we move on to the next venue, spend a moment here looking at this main atrium space and try and see just how many different nods to the theme of music you can see in here. It's almost everywhere you look. If you are cruising on board Costa Pacifica, then my top tip would be to come and people watch from up here. I loved watching the atrium parties unfold from up here. It's far more relaxing and far quieter than being down in the thick of it on deck number 3. We've now moved up one more deck, meaning that we're now on deck number 5 of the ship. The next space to show you is the gallery of shops. Here, you'll find an array of different shops offering everything from clothing to fragrances to Costa Cruises branded merchandise. If you enjoy Japanese food, then you're probably going to want to check out Sushino at Costa. Sushino at Costa is the onboard Japanese restaurant and sushi bar. You do pay extra for this one, so it is one of the speciality options, although it is significantly more casual here than what you saw down in Archipelago earlier in our tour. Directly across the hall is where you'll find Sea Dream, or the future cruise team. If you'd like to book another cruise while you're on your current one, then the team here will be more than happy to help you out, I'm sure. Right outside is the Grand Bar Rhapsody. The Grand Bar Rhapsody is another key nightlife venue on board Pacifica, but this place is also, generally speaking, very much alive during the day. During the day, you can expect to find things like dance classes, trivia, music quizzes, but in the evening, you'll find lots of dancers on this dance floor. Okay, there are only 3 couples here, but trust me, in the evening, this place was packed. I really loved how every venue on this ship was just so different. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you enjoying what you're seeing on board Costa Pacifica, or is it probably a ship that you wouldn't cruise on? I'd love to hear what you think down in the comments. Next, the arcade games room is right beside the Grand Bar Rhapsody. This space is, as you can guess, full of arcade games. These are all billable to your cabin, so all you have to do is scan your room key against the machine, and that will then bill you per play. The arcade room is right beside the ice cream shop. I wasn't too sure about paying extra for ice cream on board a Costa Cruises ship, but take it from me, the ice cream in here is absolutely fantastic. This was a particularly busy place during my very short cruise on board. I didn't think there would be people in here well into the night, but it seemed to be yet another nightlife option. I guess that must be a very European thing. You've got all of the ice creams that you could imagine. There's also things like chocolates, truffles. There's such a selection of treats in here, so make sure you stop by the ice cream shop. That venue is right beside the onboard casino. The casino on board Costa Pacifica was a great size. You've got a wide array of both slot machines and table games, and also some traditional and digital games in here too. During my short cruise on board, it was popular, but there was always space at either tables or slots, so I wouldn't imagine you'll have to wait to use any of the machines. I was surprised to find this very traditional coin drop machine. I used to play them when I was much younger, and I don't think I've seen them on cruise ships at all over the last couple of years. The casino shares a part of the ship with the onboard Teppanyaki restaurant. If you do enjoy the Teppanyaki style of dining, then this might be the place for you. My general advice would be that Teppanyaki on cruise ships, especially this one while I was on board, is very popular, so make sure that if you're on for a number of nights, you try to make your reservation as early as you can during your cruise. You do pay extra to dine at the Teppanyaki venue, so this is another of the speciality dining options. Are you ready for a piano bar like you've never seen before? Welcome to Rick's Wine Bar. I couldn't believe this bar when I walked in. The entire roof is like a piano, as is the bar, as are the pillars that you find all around the room. This place is just a great example of how out there the design on board a Costa ship can be. Let me know in the comments what you think of this one. Could you relax and enjoy a drink in there? Right next door is a far more subdued, from a design point of view, bar venue. While I was on Costa Pacifica, this bar was actually branded as a silent bar, so there wasn't any music in here, and it was a place that you could come to quietly relax with a drink of an evening, which I actually really appreciated. All the way at the back of the ship on deck 5, this is the around-the-clock lounge. You get the picture. There's a lot of nightlife venues on this cruise ship. At night, this place would come alive, but as you can see, during the day, it was really, really peaceful in here. So if you would ideally like to find a quiet spot to relax, enjoy some ocean views while reading a book, then this might be the sort of place that you could come. All around the bar, there were musical accents. I just love the music theme all around Pacifica. We're now all the way up on deck number 9, and we're starting our tour up here in the main atrium that we started our tour in earlier. If you don't have a head for heights, maybe look away now. I couldn't believe the height of this drop here. Now, moving away from that main atrium, the first space to show you is Lido Calypso. This is, in essence, the main swimming pool area on board this ship. You'll see that I took these shots in the evening in order to get my fellow cruisers out of them. That's why the pool is covered with a net, but obviously if you came in here during the day, that would be fully open. The roof in this space is also retractable, so if you are cruising in warmer climates, that roof will open, and if you're cruising in cooler climates or more unpredictable climates, that roof can close, making this a great cruise ship for anywhere in the world, really. There's also ample seating both on deck 9 and deck number 10, and the seats up on deck number 10 have fantastic views looking down onto the main Lido area. This part of the ship is also where you'll find the Salty Beach street food venue. You can eat lunch here included in your cruise fare, but from dinner onwards, this place is an upcharge venue. In other words, you do have to pay a little bit extra, but you can expect things like burgers, hot dogs, French fries, all that sort of food here. There's also some water, juice and coffee machines for during meal times. Next, welcome to Costa Pacifica's buffet restaurant. The buffet restaurant on board this cruise ship is open for breakfast, lunch, a late afternoon snack, dinner, and then late evening snacks. As you push towards the back of the venue, it's then got a vaulted ceiling that takes in 2 other venues that I'll show you shortly, and all around on the lower level, you've got lots of seating that looks out over the floor-to-ceiling windows across either the ocean or the port that you're docked in that day. From an accessibility point of view, there is a lot of reserved accessible seating all around that lower level. As you then leave the buffet restaurant, the very back of deck 9 is home to the second Lido venue with another retractable roof. You're getting the picture. This is quite a good cruise ship to be on a colder weather cruise. There's lots of seating here which is all covered, looking out over the back of the ship. Moving up one more deck, this is where you'll find the kids club. I don't show you inside the kids club in my ship tours. What I would draw your attention to here is that the kids club on this cruise ship opens at 9 AM and closes at midnight. This is such a popular choice for families on board. Deck 10 is also where you'll find the Pomodoro Pizzeria. If you're looking for good pizza, then take it from me, you're going to want to try this. Costa Cruises in general has some of the best pizza that I've ever eaten on a cruise ship. The slight catch is that it's not included in your cruise fare, whereas with most of Costa Cruises' competitors, you can get a couple of slices of pizza for free. But in my opinion, it is worth it because it's very, very good. We've now moved up one more deck. We're now on deck 11. We're all the way at the very front of the ship, and welcome to the spa. The spa venue on board Costa Pacifica has a number of different facilities inside, all of which I'm going to show you now. Up first, here's the salon. If you're looking to get your hair done, your makeup done, your nails done, your feet done, then you can get all of this sorted in here. During my cruise, the spa was very, very popular, and I was only on board for a very short time. So if you are looking to book a treatment, it would be advisable to speak to the spa reception team as early as you can during the cruise. There are also a number of private treatment rooms on board, offering just about everything from teeth whitening to deep tissue massages. You'll also find a relaxation room within the spa complex, perfect for relaxing before or after your treatment. The spa is also home to a large hydrotherapy pool. This is one of the nicest hydro pool areas I've seen in quite some time on a ship. It's a very long pool, and there's a lot of different jet options, meaning that you can relax in there without the bubbles, or you can be right in it up at the far end. If you're enjoying the video today, please remember to click that subscribe button. Also within the spa is Costa Pacifica's thermal suite. The thermal suite offers a range of saunas, steam rooms, and heated loungers in the communal area that you saw a second ago. You do have to pay extra to use the thermal suite, and that's bookable per visit. The fitness centre, however, is totally included in your cruise fare. If you'd like to try and work off some of the cruise calories that you are consuming during your cruise, then this place might be perfect for you. You've got both cardio and weights equipment, and there's also studio space here for classes, which are over and above your cruise fare. The spa on board Costa Pacifica is housed over two decks, Deck 11 and Deck 12, making this one of the largest spas that I've ever come across at sea. The first venue to show you up on Deck 12 is this massive relaxation lounge. You've got all of these pod chairs arranged in a circle here, but then as you turn the corner, you've got lots of loungers that are positioned all looking out to sea. You can imagine the views in here during the day. This is also where you'll find a number of treatment rooms. Now these are so different to anything I've seen on a cruise ship before. Each of these treatment rooms has its own terrace, allowing you to relax out here before or after your treatment and look inside. I was able to see inside this one treatment room, and what an absolutely stunning space to come and have some you time. You've got the treatment beds, you've also got a whirlpool jacuzzi bath, and then you've got the terrace directly outside. Beautiful, isn't it? Leaving the spa behind, we now look at a very different venue, and this one is still on Deck 11. This is Lido La Bamba, which is the kids' pool section on board the ship. Here, you'll find a tall water slide, you'll also find a raised hot tub, and you'll find a small swimming pool, which is directly behind the water slide in this shot here. This deck is also where you'll find the outdoor squawk area, in other words, the outdoor infants or young children's pool area. This area is not supervised all of the time. by a member of the crew, so if your child is using this space, it is always recommended to stay with them, to keep an eye on them. All the way at the very back of the ship, on deck 11, is the Elite Suite and Club restaurant. If you remember, when we were in the buffet venue, I told you that it had a vaulted section that took in 2 other venues. The first venue on the middle level was the Pomodoro Pizzeria, which we've already been in during this tour. The second venue, which is up on the top level of that vaulted space, is this restaurant. If you're lucky enough to be cruising in a suite or in the highest loyalty tier within the Costa Cruises loyalty programme, then you'll be able to dine here throughout your cruise. There is also a buffet section which appears to float out in the middle of that vaulted atrium space there. I guess that's where they would serve, for example, a buffet breakfast or lunch. Leaving the Elite restaurant behind, we're now moving up one deck for the final time of our tour today. Welcome to deck 12 and welcome to the Sunset Lounge. This venue was totally different to any of the other bars on board. From a design point of view, this is the most modern and also the most toned down design that I've seen in any of the bars. It was also the quietest venue that I saw on board, so maybe the perfect place for a quiet nightcap before bed. Towards the back of the ship is where you'll find the sports area. Here, you've got a fully covered basketball court, which is perfect for any ball games because you don't have to worry about that ball going off the side of the ship. This space cannot be reserved, so it's a case of if it's available when you go by, then you're more than welcome to use it. This area is also where you'll find lots of open deck space, which is ideal for sunbathing, and you'll also find the jogging track, which you can see in the yellow floor print there. One lap of that running track is 150 metres, so it's fair to say if you're trying to keep up a jogging or a running routine, you could do that outside while cruising on Costa Pacifica. And that's my full ship tour of this cruise ship. I hope you've enjoyed having a look around today. If you have, then please click that thumbs up and also the subscribe button. Now that you've had a look at the ship, why not come over to this video and see what it's like to actually spend a night on board Costa Pacifica? I did exactly that on a cruise like none other that I've taken before. I'll hopefully see you over there.